If you've ever played video games before, or even know what they are, you probably know what Skyrim is, and we've all probably played it at one point in our life, and I think we can all agree that it's an amazing game. But what do you think of when you first think of Skyrim? Is it the dragons? Is it the cool RPG elements? Is it the weapons? Well, honestly, I don't give a shit, because you're probably thinking of the wrong thing, because the real thing you should be thinking about is how absolutely fucked everyone would be if we, as the Dragonborn, were not there. So, in this video, I'm going to be putting random civilians against random enemies to see how they would do if their towns got invaded. And this is all assuming it's just a random town without any guards, because I feel like the guards would probably do pretty well against most of the enemies. So I decided to use the horse guy from Whiterun, because I honestly just couldn't decide what to use, and I thought it would be pretty random. And first, I wanted to see how a normal civilian would do against a bear. So we started out with one guy against a bear, and he started out pretty good. He hit him like 2 times, and then he kind of just like crouched down and let the bear hit him. So he didn't do very well. Next we had 5 civilians against 1 bear. And you know, thinking about it, 5 civilians versus 1 bear, those are pretty good odds. Well, you'd be wrong. Don't worry, I believe in you. You'll probably get it next time. Because they still somehow managed to lose. I don't even know how this happened because they were doing really well, but the bear just picked them off one by one and ended up winning. Next, I wanted to see if 10 people could do anything. And again, thinking 10 people, those are pretty good odds against 1 bear. And you know what? You'd be right. Hey, look, you got it that time. Good job. Finally. They kind of just overwhelmed the bear and he couldn't really do anything because there was 10 of them. I don't know what the fuck you thought was going to happen. So it turns out it takes 10 people to take care of 1 bear. Next, we have a troll. Again, we started out with 1 guy against 1 troll, just as like a baseline. Obviously, the guy kind of got shit on because, you know, it's a troll. Next, I wanted to try 5 civilians, and this time the civilians actually beat the troll. Next, I wanted to see what would happen if they had to fight a mammoth. Obviously, 1 guy got shit on. I mean, it's a mammoth. What is 1 guy gonna do? 5 people got shit on because, again, mammoth. I feel like 10 people had a pretty good chance, but it ended up not happening. And then 15 people. I'm gonna let you take a guess at what happened. If you guess that they won, then good job. You're finally actually starting to come around and get them right. Good job! Because the 15 people absolutely shit on the mammoth. So then what would happen if they had to fight a giant? Well, 1 person obviously got fucked. 5 people might have had a chance if it wasn't some random guy that ran a barn. And then if you guessed that 10 people would be able to beat the giant, good job. So what about skeevers? As you can probably guess, the 1 skeever didn't really have much of a chance. Then I raised it up to 5 skeevers, and even they didn't manage to win. So then I increased it to 10 skeevers, and they absolutely destroyed the civilian. Now, originally, I was gonna try and have civilians fight Alduin for a joke, just to see how many it would really take, but for the life of me, I could not get him to aggro onto the civilians. I even tried using different civilians just to see if that would matter. I tried using a different dragon to see if it would attack the civilians, and nothing worked. So I eventually just had to change it to the Whiterun guards, which is very unfortunate because I did want to see how many civilians it would take. Anyway, I tried 5 guards versus a dragon, just to see what would happen, and they actually ended up losing. So then I tried 7 guards just to see if that would make any difference, and they actually ended up winning, and the dragon didn't even stand a chance. So I guess now we know that if any like big monster decides to wander into a town, everyone's probably screwed. But the real question is, what if civilians had to fight 100 skeevers? So it turns out 100 skeevers actually suck really badly. So it turns out the civilians can actually defend themselves pretty well. But what about 200 skeevers? And instead of them fighting each other, they just stopped and questioned, why are we doing this? What is the point of us fighting? You know, I think sometimes in life, we're mean to people even when we don't have a reason to be. And we judge people when there's no reason to. Life is too short to be mean to people and judge people for no reason. We're all only here for a short amount of time. Why not enjoy it as much as we can? Nah, I'm just kidding. Fuck those skeevers.